partner with God. That's your number one way to manage your time and focus on your priorities. Now, I know that you guys, I'm preaching to the choir. However, we can get up, bang on the alarm, hit the ground running, get kids to school or jam to work or hurry to get to the errands, do the stuff. And we're halfway into the day before we go, oh, did I partner with God this morning? Probably not. So I'm asking you to consider, what does that look like for you? Now, kind of just a little basis, just kind of a little bit almost funny, but serious. There's 3 different kinds of time, just for fun. Okay. There's Newtonian time. That's Isaac Newton. And his theory of time was what? It was very linear. 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock, very linear. A lot of us do that on our calendars, right? So his was very linear. Remember doing a little styrofoam ball with the little, toothpicks and things like that. All right. So Newtonian time. The next one is Einstein time. Now, what do you think the difference is with Einstein time? Einstein time is, he talked about the fabric of time. Time can be kind of expanded. His whole theory was basically 1 minute with your beloved feels like, like an hour with your beloved feels like it's been a minute, but your hand on the stove for a minute feels like an hour. So he said time is relative, right? Think back to classes you've sat in, maybe Sunday school, whatever. It's one of those things that time is relative, right? Then the third kind of time I submit to you is the Lord's time. The Lord's time. What's the difference? Because the Lord can magnify time. He can expand it or shorten it or whatever, depending on whatever. But that's the difference, is that he can do that. And it's not our perception. He can actually do that for us. There's a beautiful experience shared by one of our assistants, and it was kind of from her leader. But he went in to go and see one of the apostles. And before he went in, the secretary said he has 5 minutes. And so this gentleman was like, okay, I'm going to be super careful. I'm going to make sure I'm, making it short and sweet. So he goes in to meet with Elder Holland, and this is substantiated. He goes in to meet with Elder Holland, and Elder Holland's asking him questions, and he's going, yes, no, really good, like saying things like that. And finally, Elder Holland said, hold on, I'm trying to have a conversation here. I'm paraphrasing. I'm trying to have a conversation here, and I'm not getting a lot of conversation. So what's going on here? And he said, well, your secretary said you had 5 minutes. And he said, we are on the Lord's time, and we are going to do the thing that we need to do, and he will make it okay. So they talked, they laughed, they connected. It was beautiful. This gentleman said he got done and he was like, wow, walked out and thought, this is fantastic. To do it the way the Lord wants to do it, because he's like, there's no way I was in there shorter than 20 minutes. He's walking out. He looks at his watch, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. So the Lord's time, as we partner with God, with the Savior, what do you think happens? What changes about our day? Well, everything, right? Sometimes we start working down, as Sherry Dew says, our list of to-dos that may or may not have anything really to do with what absolutely needs to be done. Now, you'll have carpool and you've got to drop off to something to PTA, or you've got to take something to your daughter, or blah, 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 all these things. But the way we go about it, the sequencing that we do, the people that are invited to help us with this, the path that the angels can prepare for us, all are impacted by our reaching up and saying, I would love for you to partner with me today. Will you partner with me today and show me how I can do this better?